Hello everyone, it's your boy Minato here, and today we're going to be doing a I would say, concept video. Basically, I did make this tweet earlier today, talking about two Dokkan Fest I do expect for us to get upcoming, if not in the very least, I said 2021 in this tweet, but at the very least, upcoming is what I'd say for sure these guys are eventually going to be Dokkan Fest exclusive releases. I have reasonings for that specifically. Essentially what happens is, just to explain, let's take a look at these other EZAs. This guy is going to come out and eventually he's going to get an EZA. This guy is going to come out and eventually he's going to get an EZA. Now so far we've gotten a couple of LR EZAs actually. If I bring this up here, just to make my point. Legendary power. So let's talk about these LR EZAs right here. Goku and Frieza, they came out during the year 7 anniversary, Universe 7 theme. They obviously fit the Universe 7 team. STL Broly came out during Saiyan Day during movie 8 celebration with Int Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Although this guy's from movie 10, it is a Broly themed celebration for Saiyan Day. That's pretty clear as day in my opinion. Int LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan came out, I would say this is the more meh one, but the thing is that he came out the same month as AGL Kid Gohan, the support Dokkan Fest Kid Gohan. So as you see, there's kind of a pattern going on here with the characters that are releasing. AGL Majin Vegeta came out during STR Super Vegeta's celebration, which is very seemingly a Vegeta type celebration because we had Super Vegeta, we had this guy EZA, we had the legendary Vegeta event. Lots of Vegeta things going on that month, especially with the new manga Vegeta form going on there. That's something else to consider. And then recently we did get the Extreme Z Battle for LR Bardock. Now he does fit the theme of the 350 million download celebration in terms of Frieza. And obviously we did see some things with the usage of the Team Bardock and the Ginyu Force Extreme Z area. We saw the co-op campaign during part 2, where we saw like basically the Bardock squad and first one Frieza. The win-lose cards were Bardock and Frieza, so he definitely has a connection to the celebration. All in all, obviously all these EZAs, somehow, some shape or form, did have a direct connection to the celebration they released in. So, in my opinion, with that track record, these two are the only two original of the 5 EZAs that haven't gotten EZAs yet. And obviously, if they're going to go in order, we're going to get these guys very soon. I wouldn't be surprised if we get one of these guys announced in the news by the 4th. So, in less than a week from now, we'll probably see a confirmation for another LR EZA, one of these guys. Or maybe it'll be a little while longer. We didn't get Bardock too far away ago, but they've been kind of spamming these LR EZAs ever since really Gohan came out. We got Gohan, then we immediately got Majin Vegeta the next month, then we got Bardock again this next month. So they've been kind of just dropping these LR EZAs. I feel like potentially build up to a Dokkan Fest LR EZA for the anniversary, but that's a whole other topic. Essentially, because of that, I think these two are getting Dokkan Fest. Now, the big meat of this video, obviously the clickbait for the title. I kind of explained a little too long. My apologies if you guys wanted to go directly into this, but we're here. This is what I think is going to be either the next Dokkan Fest or the one after. A transforming Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. So base form Goku Black into Super Saiyan Rose. Now a lot of people were saying on Twitter that they don't think that's possible because I was going to make a concept. People were saying in Goku Black he's going to get an EZA, right? Well, the thing about in Goku Black is, one, we don't really know exactly when he's going to EZA. And two, even if he does EZA, that doesn't really... I would say his actual super attack animations are good, but his transformation animation is probably the worst one he has. Although it's not bad, it definitely isn't 100% anime accurate. It doesn't have like that new style transformation where like the actual character model moves, where we see like the hair, you know, shift around, the clothes kind of shift around as well with the wind. Stuff like that. It's kind of just still arts, which I definitely feel like could be done better, in my personal opinion here. So, let's go ahead and jump into my concept for a Dokkan Fest Goku Black and some EZA concepts as well. Because the two EZAs that I feel like would come with this celebration would be Tech Goku Black and Zamasu, obviously is the big part. And STR Rose. STR Rose is also very, very close to getting an easy A. Now, I feel like they may want to go ahead and pull the trigger and easy A this guy and take Vegeta Blue first, simply maybe because of their leader skill. We did get the transforming Goku and Frieza easy A's already at this point, so I'd say anyone before them, including Rose and Vegeta Blue, are 100% fair game. So it'll be interesting to see if these guys do end up getting, if this guy ends up getting an Extreme Z Awakening, which I feel like honestly could be like, I'm telling you guys, it could literally be like next week for all we know. Things can get very crazy very fast. We're heading into this category meta already. I'm very excited for it personally. So, leader skill. Again, Dragon Ball Super Villains or Inhuman Deeds categories, key 3, an HP attack and defense plus 150%. Now, Inhuman Deeds, really, if we take a look like a Rose, for example, this is really the only category that I feel like needs a new leader. I would prefer him to be an Inhuman Deeds lead, especially as Rose, obviously, Goku Blacks usually give key. He would be very helpful for this category, and I feel like it'd be a nice addition to it. Now, a lot of these are like, Dragon Ball Z type villains, right? So I feel like a nice, or the Omega right there, for example, or some movies villains too. I feel like a nice complementary addition to this guy would be Dragon Ball Super Villains. Now, in my Blue Cow Kin video, which if you haven't seen that, go ahead and check it out. I make a concept of Universe 6 Blue Cow Kin Goku. I gave the Dragon Ball Superheroes. Now, I made this Dragon Ball Super Villains and not bosses, just to include other characters that wouldn't normally be in the category. Now, since it's villains, I'm not 100% that Jiren, for example, would be on the category. Because Jiren's not necessarily a villain. It would depend on how Dokkan really classifies him. Since he's a super class unit, I don't think he would be. But, like, still, like, enemies like hit from the any extreme class enemy from Universe Survival Saga, or let's say for example just Dragon Ball Super in general. Even Beerus would probably still be on here even though he's super class, so I could easily see Jiren on there if that's the case. But yeah, enough with the leader skill for that first section at the least. Give him this, an additional key 1 and HP attack and defense plus 20%. 2 characters whose names include Goku Black or Zamasu. Now I feel like this could be a very interesting thing they could update in the future. Like how another way they could do power creep. Like how else can they do power creep in this game to further these characters from getting better and better? Besides from, now they've been just basically spamming super attack effects being better. Like giving units like 16 billion things on their super attack effect. But like where do they move from there? I think leader skill is the next best thing. Even if they say 170%, it could be interesting to see something like this. Or maybe even if they want to move past 170%, something like that. I mean, the next step at this point would be leader skill, besides just bigger number in passes. So I think this could be interesting for sure. Like this Goku Black and Zamasu characters, they would all fit under this category leader skill, Goku Black and Zamasu. And then they would get the additional key 1 and 20%, because obviously Goku Black really only trusts himself. Also made him Extreme Tech. Extreme Tech needs it. Let's be real. Come on. No more Extreme Tech curse. Come on. His super attack effect. I gave him stacking attack and defense. He causes immense damage with a medium chance to perform a critical hit. Now, I was kind of like watching the fights with like, Trunks and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta before Rose, he actually went to Rose Goku Black. So he kind of like, honestly, as you could tell, he got stronger as he fought, and along with that, I feel like giving them the medium chance to crit would make sense for him, for Goku Black in specific, because he kind of like does these attacks that just he doesn't like usually do repetitive punches and stuff like that. From what I found, like when he was doing the boxer style against the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, yeah, but like for example Blue Vegeta, he was just taking hits and then he just came out of nowhere and kicked him around the stomach and knocked him like all the way back. So I feel like, getting that medium chance from a crit could be interesting. Passive skill, he gets attack and defense plus 150%, just a good thing to have. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 50% within the same term after receiving an attack. Again, I kind of got inspiration from the same thing, where he's just taking attacks, getting stronger. When Blue Vegeta was basically beating up against him, and he just smirked, and then Vegeta got scared and flew back. Then he came in with that kick and just destroyed Vegeta, dude. Oh my god, poor Vegeta. Extreme Class Allies, key plus 3. I gave him this because it's just a Goku Black thing to have. I feel like it'd be very good for him to have it. Now, Ink Goku Black doesn't have it, but Physical one does. So this is iffy on whether or not the Space Goku Black will have it. But I feel like it's like a new 2021 to Goku Black Dokkan Fest. He could definitely have it in this base form. I give him guard all attacks and he performs an additional attack which has a high chance of becoming a super when there's a pure or hybrid Saiyan category enemy. Very good conditions, obviously he's fighting Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. His active skill, he allows him to go Super Saiyan Rose. He transforms and it can be activated starting from the 4th turn or if there's a pure Saiyan or hybrid Saiyan category enemy. Now this is just similar to Bardock's condition, except that it's like kind of cool. It's like kind of Bardock's and Cooler's mashed together in the sense where there's a pure Saiyan and hybrid Saiyan restriction, but otherwise it could be in 4th turn. While it's like Cooler, for example, it could be used from the 3rd turn if there's a pure Saiyan and hybrid Saiyan enemy, or on the 6th turn. So you kind of see where I'm coming from with that specifically. There's just this quote right there. I kind of got it from the subs. I don't even know if the subs are really correct, but I feel like this sounds cool. His links, Fear and Faith, Nightmare, Kamehameha, Prepare for Battle, Dismal Future, Big Bad Bosses, and Fierce Battle. Oh yeah, this is the Kamehameha, by the way, the Black Kamehameha. So yeah, honestly, he's a really good unit, you know. He's nothing like too special or anything. The guard is really probably the best part about him besides supports. Like him being able to have the guard is interesting. So the reason I gave him guard, I actually didn't explain it, is because essentially he just tanked all of Vegeta's attacks and was like, okay, you look cool, but let me show you this, and he just goes Rose and just obliterates him, dude. Okay, Leader Skull obviously would stay the same once he transforms into Super Saiyan Rose. Now this is where I kind of experimented a little, give him a little more interesting things, because obviously it's Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black. Let's make him cool, you know? He raises defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage with a high chance to perform a critical hit. So I got this basically from the... what's the word? In Goku Black, where he has a high chance to perform a crit and passive. I gave it on a super attack effect. And then he also gives extreme class allies 20% attack for 1 turn. His passive skill, he gets attack and defense plus 166% at the start of turn. You know, Goku Black Evil, Burr, 60 number. I'm sure you guys know. Extreme class allies get Ki plus 3. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 6% for 3 turns with each attack received. Now this is a multiplicative buff. If he stacks this up a lot, like in difficult content when you get attacked a lot, if you stack this up a lot, for 3 turns, this could be super powerful. Like, you guys can't underestimate how strong this actually would be. It looks like a small number, but say you get attacked like in the first slot 7 times this first turn. So you're going to get 7 stacks of this. And then it's going to carry on to the next turn he's on if you keep him on rotation. Then he'll be able to get, like, say, another 5 attacks or something. And then when you really look at it, he's getting over, like, 70% additional attack and defense. That's multiplicative against this start of turn. And he's like a big bad boss, his unit too. It can get crazy really quickly. On top of that, he has guard. He made his guard unconditional now. So he doesn't have to be facing Imperial Hybrid Saiyan. Then I gave him this interesting ability. He performs 2 additional attacks. The first attack has a great chance to become a super attack, and the second attack has a high chance of becoming a super attack if there's a pure Saiyan or hybrid Saiyan category enemy. So if he's facing one of these enemies right there, he does 2 guaranteed additional attacks, which one of them has a great chance and the second has a high chance of becoming a super attack. So 70 and 50%. So realistically, you can see this guy triple super, where he'll triple raise his defense, triple buff extreme class allies attack, and eventually be able to get guaranteed crits. So this guy's stupid crazy. This is crazy. He better be crazy, dude. And just on top of this, since Goku Black, Rose's like STR1 specifically, he does debuff. I gave him this. He gives all enemies attacking defense minus 6% per existing enemy in the field. Just a super battle road ability in case you want to, you know, go ahead and transform with this guy. Turn 1. His links, he just gets Super Saiyan instead of Kamehameha. And these are his categories. So Realm of Gods, Patara, Future Saga, Transformation Boost, Time Travelers, Kamehameha, Exploding Rage, Inhuman Deeds, Corroded Body and Mind, and Dragon Ball Super Villains. Very, very strong unit, I feel like. Let me know what you guys think about his design. Honestly, probably the most fun part of this video was designing this brand new character, obviously. 10 category teams. He could be very, very good. And, you know, as Extreme Tech unit, it's like Extreme Tech needs that. Like, this guy with this right here, like, this guy would be an Extreme Tech, Extreme Super Battle Road killer, dude. I'm telling you already. So I also made 2 more concepts, as I said. Star Rose, Goku Black, Easy A concept. His leader skill, I'll give him the same leader skill as Tech Transform Frieza. I feel like that's probably what they're going to do if we're being realistic here. If they want to keep the restriction, they better make this higher than 130%. Like the restriction for 5 extreme type enemies, they better make that like a good, at least 140, 150% if they want to keep that. Now that would be stupid good though. Super attack effect, he raises defense 1 turn, causes immense damage, and then he gives extreme class allies attack plus 40% for 2 turns, just cause it's good, why not? Passive skill, attack and defense plus 130%. He gets an additional 40% attack when he was performing a super attack. He gives extreme class allies key 3 and defense plus 60%. He gives all enemies attack and defense minus 25%, and he reduces damage speed by 40% as a 3rd attacker in the turn. Obviously, this guy, I designed him in mind to be a 3rd slot floating support type unit. Because of the 40% damage reduction as a 3rd attacker, he gives key 3 and 60% defense. He gets defense and stuff on super attack. He's able to buff allies for the next turn as well. This guy is, in my opinion, meant to be a 3rd slot unit. And I think it'll be very important for him and it'll allow him to age extremely well if he's able to be a really good support type unit, which I would love to see. Finally, we have Goku Black and Zamasu EZA. Leader skill is obvious, I don't really care about it. So what happened was, let's talk about his passive skill first, just so I can explain why I gave him this. So his passive skill, he gets defense plus 66% at the starter turn. He gets key 6 and an additional attack plus 66%. 4 turns. No, I'll make this... Let's make it 6 turns, why not? Because it's 6, right? For 6 turns from the first appearance. So this is going to allow him to really start off very strong, because he's a unit that builds up with his passive. He recovers obviously 15% HP at the starter turn, very strong ability, that's because of Zamasu. He gets an additional key 1 and attack plus 30% for each attack he receives, up to a max of key 4 and attack plus 150%. Now, as obviously as you can tell, the only defense he gets from here is his passive. The reason why is because this Goku Black does raise his defense by a pretty substantial amount if you're able to get these stacks up. So what I feel like they could do to make his defense better, way better, is instead of adding defense, really more defense to here, although obviously he's going to at least need some defense here to make this really worthwhile, just add a little bit of starter turn defense, like 66% or so, and increase these to 50%. Now, if this guy gets additionals off and everything, he could be pretty absurd. So I made this attack and defense for 3 turns because it's only 3 turns. I made this only defense for 6 turns because, well, he doesn't really need the attack there since this is defense for 6 turns. I feel like that in itself is a very powerful ability. And honestly, this guy's going to hit hard enough on its own, even with just this active. And he's going to be very key sufficient the first few turns as well. Not that he won't really have key problems with units like this guy and this guy running around, you know, giving 3 key to extreme class allies. This guy's looking pretty good, honestly. I feel like he'll be a very good EZA if he kind of ends up something like this, which I would love to see, honestly. Other than that, there's a few other EZAs that I could see coming for this celebration, like, for example, this Zamasu. He could definitely get an EZA, and honestly, he could end up being pretty good if they do him right, you know. It would definitely be nice to see another good Zamasu unit. The AGO one has aged out a little. Other than that, I mean, if they want to do a free-to-play LREZA, I guess they could do this guy. I don't know who else they would really do. Like, you know what would be perfect? If they didn't do, you know, EZAs from, like, when the unit's released and they just allowed us to EZA this guy now, but fortunately not. Maybe this guy can get an EZA. It doesn't have to necessarily be an extreme class unit, technically. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you all for watching until the end. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. I want to end like this. Peace out.